You know, I think we can all agree that there are great benefits to exercising. However, most of us, certainly including myself, we don't like to exercise. And furthermore, we're not sure how to do it correctly so we get the benefits. Well, we are solving that overall problem here today. There's one exercise, by the way, it's called the squat. And this exercise is even known as the king of exercises. So today we're going to learn how to do the best exercise that there is in the world. And the gentleman that's bringing it to us is the creator of the Blake Blaster. Tom Blake is with us right now. Tom, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
It is an absolute pleasure and solving a major problem for many of us that don't like to exercise and don't know how to do it correctly. We're going to change that around here today. Tom, let's first talk a little bit about yourself, all right? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. I am a military pilot. I just retired from the Air Force a year ago. At the same time, I've been an airline pilot traveling all over the world. So I'm gone 180 days out of the year.
Wow. Lots of traveling.
Lots of traveling. When you get to your destination, whether it's a barracks in the military or a hotel in Paris or Madrid, lots of times there aren't places to work out.
Right.
If there are, they're closed. If they are open, they might be jammed with guys.
They don't make it to your schedule, right?
No, they don't.
Right.
And you have to adjust. You adjust your time, and many times you can't do that. You don't have the luxury of doing that.
All right. So you came up with a way that we're going to be able to benefit from exercising, no matter where we are. No, it puts us in control because we're going to be able to do it. But let's get right to it, because you created something called the Blake Blaster. What is the Blake Blaster?
The Blake Blaster basically is a squat trainer.
Okay.
And then through the development of it, I added upper body exerciser.
All right.
But the main part of it is a squat trainer. It's a wedge that allows you to change your moment of lift so that you don't lean forward as you do a squat.
Okay.
Many times when people do squats.
Can we just go back for a little bit, and because I don't know what a squat is.
Sure.
Can you tell us or show us what a squat is?
Sure. I'm going to show you the wrong way and then the right way.
The wrong way first, okay?
All right. The wrong way is when people get into a squat, they'll start coming down, and as their body starts to lean back, to compensate, they'll overcompensate in the other direction. So what they'll end up doing is they'll lunge forward, getting their knees way out above, forward of their toes, and their back bent too far forward.
So I would imagine that could cause some back problems.
Absolutely. Back pain, knee pain. There's a medical term, chondromalacia patella, which is basically inflammation of the kneecap.
Not fun.
You put too much pressure on it. Not good. Takes weeks and weeks to heal.
So that's the wrong way to do it. Now show us the right way, because you're going to use the Blake Blaster.
Correct. As I mentioned before, I'm a pilot. It changes your moment of lift so that it's taking your weight and sliding it back onto your heels. So you step on it, and to compensate for the weight now being on your heels, it allows your back to come back more perpendicular to the ground.
Okay.
So because I'm pivoting on my heels, it allows me to come down straighter, more perpendicular. My knees are back by my toes, not out in front.
And your back
is arched.
Yeah, I see, and you look very comfortable in doing that.
It is, and what's called, you're looking for heel push. Your heel is pushing up on your hamstrings, it's pushing up on your quadriceps and your glutes.
Okay.
Those are your three huge muscle groups in your body, and that's why they call it a compound exercise.
Right.
You're compounding the muscles used to do one movement.
And I just want to make sure that you all see it's because of what Tom came up here with the Blake Blaster. You see how his feet are at an angle, at an incline? And that's where it all begins, correct?
Right. Instead of pushing up on the balls of my feet and having to balance off of that, you're pushing up on the heels of your feet.
Gotcha.
And that slight 1.5 to 2 inch center of gravity change allows you to move your back in a better position.
Oh, that's
cut down on your knee pain.
Yeah.
Cut down on your back pain.
I love it. Now I see the bands. What are the bands for?
The bands, Bob, are for two things. One, it adds additional stability while you're doing the squat, especially if you're first starting out. So you come back into the squat. You can actually pull forward on the bands to allow yourself to come back even further into the squat, supporting your weight.
Right. Okay.
And you go ahead and do your squats.
Okay. Is this good for rehab purposes as well?
I believe it could be. I would caveat that with check with your doctor.
Of course, of course.
But the idea about knee rehab is to build your quadriceps back up that supports your knee instead of using your kneecap. So yes, very much so. But again, I would check with your doctor.
Right, of course. And as I mentioned at the beginning, the squat is known as the king of exercises. Just take us through once again as you're doing it, what's really happening? How are we benefiting from it?
Sure. When you go into a squat, you're using 3 large muscle groups in your legs. You're using your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your glutes.
Okay.
They're all functioning at the same time. As you do your squat, whether it's your basic squat, or you could also do a reverse lunge.
Okay.
Using a blaster, you're using those muscles to get into your target heart range.
Ah.
There's where the cardio benefit comes in.
See, that was my next question. I mean, we all know the benefits of toning the muscles and everything, but how about cardio? I mean, can this affect your cardio?
Absolutely. And it's non-impact. So what